Hello Australian BidBuddy users, Steve Tapner here. Since the introduction of the Mannheim catalogue import for Australian BidBuddy, users have asked me, is there a way to filter the screen, particularly specialist users, to not see the cars that they are not so interested in and allow them to focus on the cars that they are interested in. The purpose of this short video is to give you some options on how you can use this screen. The first thing you need to know is that from the minute you've opened the catalogue auction, you're seeing the normal view by default, cars ranked by QCI score. But at the same time, there's another view of the catalogue called failed and filtered. High kilometre or older model vehicles that you've said you don't consider, they are automatically in this second screen. Just to understand how those cars are there, or the criteria that puts them into that screen, in settings, counts settings, and filters, you'll see those criteria. Year, average kilometres, total kilometres. That criteria can be overridden by QCI scores. That's another control that you have. If it's a car that you really need, you can see it in the normal view regardless of mileage or age. So that's the first thing. The second thing, of course, is, as always, you can use the scaler at the top of the screen to exclude cars with low QCI scores if they're not cars that you choose to buy. But what's not so obvious is that there's a couple of other options to filter this screen. They are right-click options typically. I can simply look at a car and decide, no, it's not a car that I want. I can open the bid and save it with a different status and then use my options up here to exclude those cars of those statuses from my view. I have a shortcut, as I said, a right-click option to simply come in here, update the status of that bid, and hide that car from my view in this auction catalogue. What you might have seen then when I took that right-click option is that I actually have a shortcut simply to move vehicles out of this view and into the failed and filtered. So I wasn't interested in that Corolla for whatever reason. It's now gone from my view. It's still available over here, but it's not a car that I'm going to be focused on as I work my way through the auction. What's not obvious is that I have this checkbox up here called Allow Multi-Select, and I can come in here and I can select any number of cars by either using my Shift key or my Control key. Right-click option, you'll now see that it says move 3 vehicles to failed and filtered list. Click on that and those vehicles are gone from a view as well. So I can use kilometres travelled, or in the case of the consolidated auctions, I can use location. And I can say, well, look, I'm never going to buy cars in Cairns. What are my options here? I select Allow Multi-Select. I select the first car in Cairns and the last car in Cairns auction. Select the first car in Cairns auction and the last car in the Cairns auction. That's what I wanted to do. Right-click the mouse and I've moved 8 vehicles out of my view. And now my buying can be focused on the cars that I would actually consider. So that's just a couple of things. As I said, remember you can double-click in any column to order what you see. You don't have to go with the default of QCI. You can update the status. You can exclude statuses. You can select a vehicle and make a right-click option such as move to failed and filtered. Or if you've selected this checkbox up there, first of all, you can grab multiple vehicles and move them out of the screen. Hopefully that helps you to make good use of this feature. Any questions, as always, feel free to call. Thank you.